Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's get you up to Nashville and Nissan Stadium. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, we are in a sweet spot as far as football weather is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Nashville. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Ryan Tannehill leads out the Tennessee Titans, and he was on the ground a lot in Week 9, got sacked 4 times in their loss at Carolina 30-20. Charles, Tennessee has now allowed 38 sacks on the season, most in the NFL.
And one of the concerns that Tennessee had coming into the season was their offensive line. You remember Taylor Lewan missed the first 4 games, and he's a Pro Bowl left tackle. So they had to do a little bit of shuffling, and they were worried about their guards, the interior of their line. Could they hold up? Those questions continue to be asked because when you're giving up 4 sacks to your quarterback, even though he threw for 331 yards, hard to generate offense when you're taking those kind of losses.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Derrick Henry. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
6-man shoot.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Henry out of the pistol. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. That one covers 29 yards. First down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 23. Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Set. Now. 90, Wolf. 54. Watch the screen. Pass.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Tannehill. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though.
Come off the ball. Ready.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback, because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Sucko. This one from 46 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
On the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Kansas City Chiefs got back in the win column in Week 9 against Minnesota, 26-23. And you talk about the quarterback position. Look, chances are Patrick Mahomes is going to come back sooner rather than later, but Matt Moore acquitted himself as a solid number 2 guy.
He certainly did, and think about this. He didn't even play football in 2018. Was out of the league. Thought about being a scout, actually did some scouting, I believe, for the Dolphins for a while. Then he became an assistant high school football coach at his high school back in California. So he was moving on, got the call from Kansas City, came back, and the best part I learned, how he learned the Kansas City offense. He learned it by taking a script, going out on the field with another coach, making the calls, and doing a simulated game with just himself. Calls, checks, where the ball is, how the ball moves, all of those things to try and force-feed him learning the Kansas City playbook.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first, 18 yards that time. 2 plays, 2 catches. You have a feeling they're going to look for him early and often, and that's to be expected. You got a player of his caliber, why not?
And I think it's also a message from them to the defense that you're not going to dictate to us what we're going to do with one of our better players, because so often you hear about defenses saying we're going to take away what you do best. In this case, they're going to move him around, find proper matchups, and make sure they continue to funnel the ball to him.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Travis Kelce, the all-pro tight end, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. The starting defense for the Titans.
Kenny Vaccaro is an excellent player. Can cover in the slot, but his best attributes, tackling people and rushing the quarterback.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Mahomes again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Check 50. Check 50.
Now it's Henry. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Frank Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City's offense comes back out here. You know, Charles, you had the game in Arrowhead against Minnesota Week 9, and the Chiefs at one point, they were in danger of losing their 4th straight home game at Arrowhead. I mean, that would have
the thought.
Unbelievable. 3 in a row was unheard of, let alone 4. But Harrison Butker saved the day with a game winner.
Yeah, he did, and Matt Moore at the quarterback position, that became his 8th game-winning drive, rallied them late, even after a big penalty, made it, I think, a 2nd and 21 or something. Big throw to Travis Kelce. They end up in field goal position. Butker delivers. But they're not back at Arrowhead for a while. They go to Tennessee in their next game. Is that when Patrick Mahomes returns? We'll find out. Then they play the Chargers in Mexico City before getting an open week. So we'll see when number 15 makes his return. But for right now, they like what they're getting out of Matt Moore.
On 2nd down, Williams. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did it.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Adam Humphries deep for the Titans. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And it'll be Titan football. And now Ryan Tannehill becomes a focus of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Ready. 10 logo. Check 53 is mine. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Tannehill on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Stepping aside from this game for a second, how about us being in Week 10 of the NFL season right now? That makes me want to resurface that MVP talk we had earlier in the year. Who do you have right now leading in the MVP race?
Is this quarterbacks edition only, or can we actually bring other people into it?
Yeah, go wherever.
Because the league does tell you that MVP can be anyone, but numbers show us it's really got to be a quarterback. So let's just start there, right? Russell Wilson in Seattle. I think he has to be a prime guy. I think you have to look at Tom Brady, all right? It's always Tom Brady. Patrick Mahomes, if he can get back into the lineup and be his usual self, he could get into this race again and maybe defend his crown. And Aaron Rodgers from Green Bay has really come on in recent weeks despite a stumble against the Chargers this past week. But how about Lamar Jackson? I mean, what he's doing with Baltimore and their win over New England, you've got to have him as a prime candidate. And you know how much I love Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, he's a special one, isn't he?
Oh, he is absolutely special because he does it all. And if they weren't risking injury, he'd run back kicks too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And Walker has it. Wiggles free. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Here we go. 8-3. Watch the run. Ready.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I'm coming. Get it. Play it.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The Titans on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Tannehill. Little underneath throw into the hands of Walker. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. 23 yards on the play. Kelsey, such a valuable part of this offense. Made the Pro Bowl the last 4 seasons. 2018 being the most productive when he went over 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and a great relationship between he and Pat Mahomes off the field. Very good friends. Attended a bunch of high-profile sporting events together in the offseason. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So now Tannehill and the Titans down by 12. A minute 36 to go. Field goals useless at this point. They need 2 touchdowns, and they need them in short order.
Go now. 90 Wolf. Watch the slant. Ready.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll stay with Lewis here on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Tennessee getting the first down on a big play of 18 yards. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Here's Tannehill. He gets it to Humphreys. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
The previous play is under review.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Ready. Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And Walker has it. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. Again, Tannehill. He's got Lewis. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.